Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your 2019 New Year's Tarot spread. I'm Raina, and I want to give a shout out to mywanderingfool.com for providing this spread. I think it's a nice one because it's more instructional. It's not just like picking a card for each month. No criticism about that type of reading, but I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, that had different positions and different meanings for each position. So, or whatever I mean by that. So I'm going to just lay out the cards. I have my laptop on the side just to, you're the first sign that I'm doing, so I have to know exactly how to do this in a manner that is how they instruct us to lay out the cards and where to put them. Okay, 4, 5, 6, interesting. Well, the first thing that came into my mind was that there were so many pentacles in this reading. So that makes me think that this is going to be a year of working, doing a lot of work. I mean, obviously people are working, but that's going to be with money. Maybe there's going to be a lot of money coming in, and then even this card, the 10 of Wands, is about working possibly very hard, having to watch out for not taking on too much because a person is kind of slumped over a little bit, or they're kind of bent forward. Now, the other thing is that I noticed there were no major arcana cards, so that was also very interesting. When there's major arcana cards, there can be a lot of change. But I feel like this is obviously a general reading for all Sagittarians, and we do have Jupiter in our sign, so with the Pentacles, that doesn't surprise me. I think that what I would take from this, rather than saying, oh, there won't be any change this year, is that if there is change, it's not going to feel like it's going to make you too uncomfortable. Like you will ease into it, because with the Pentacles, it's about groundedness. Okay, so that's basically what I would say, because I think that there is going to be change for some of us for sure. Okay, so this is the first card, and this is the main theme of this new year. And this is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is a card of being very focused on making money and doing so consistently. So this is connected to Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign. And the idea here is that there's like the sense of, to me, there's a sense of discipline about it, where it's not about being haphazard. You may have a specific goal that maybe you want to save up X amount of money so that you can do this thing or that thing. And it's the steadfastness that I focus on with this card. And, you know, it's I think with Sag, you know, the fire energy, because I'm a Sag too, we run on, I was going to say we run on fumes. But what I mean is we tend to run on our enthusiasms. And as you probably know as a Sagittarius, if you lose interest in something, you can just kind of peter out. And the Knight of Pentacles isn't like that. Even if they are not crazy about what they're doing, maybe they're doing a job they don't even really care about, but they want to pay their bills. But it's about just putting one foot in front of the other day after day, and it adding up to something substantial after a period of time. It's kind of the opposite of waiting for Jupiter to just like be like Santa Claus and just gift you. It's like you're making your own luck by being disciplined, being consistent. The energy is departing from last year. This is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the wait and see card, waiting for the harvest to come in. But you see that this man has a, is that a hoe? Is that his hoe? Is this man's hoe? He's dug the ground. He's prepared the soil, and he's planted the seeds. So he's done his part, waiting for the harvest to come in. Now that the harvest has come in, the Knight of Pentacles is the one that is just day after day. Like the, you know, once you are reaping your harvest, you don't just stop and just start and go on to something else. It's actually like there's continuous harvests, and you're going to plant new seeds, and you're going to do more things. But I think the reason that this card is significant for last year, for 2018, is because in 2018, if you have begun something, and actually it may have even been before 2018, because I really feel like 2018 was a very difficult year to start something and sustain it, just because of the energies, and maybe even in the outer world it was reflecting this, where there were opportunities but there were delays. And I think that we're going to start 2019, you know, off with a bang. So it's going to be easier to just kind of get down to brass tacks, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles, and just do what needs to be done. But perhaps you were kind of doing a lot of assessment about something. And maybe, you know, part of that assessment with the Seven of Pentacles, Sag, is that you decided that, you know what, I just need to work my butt off. That's all. And it's really not that complicated. Maybe you thought you could get by on less, and you realize that you're inconsistent. I think the great strength of the Knight of Pentacles is consistency. And I think in life that's the case. You know, we always talk about these flashy people who accomplish these amazing things, but the habits, the good habits that you develop and that you do on a daily basis, I think those add up in the long run to something more. Okay, the third position is talents you will be expressing this year. Now, interestingly, I got the Nine of Cups, which is connected to Jupiter, which is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. And I wonder if this has something to do with Pisces, because Pisces' ancient ruler was Jupiter, and this is Cups, so this is water energy. But this is really about dreams coming true. Now, with Jupiter being in our sign, and this card being about wish fulfillment, you know, talking about talents that we will be expressing this year, I think, first of all, it could be expansive. It could be that you're expressing more than one area, but also that you will be given the opportunity to express your gifts, because perhaps you will have the ability to financially sustain yourself. Even with the Nine of Cups, this can be a card that is associated with material gain and things like that. So it's very good for that as well. But it's emotional and therefore creative, the Cups. And well, when I see Cups, the fire element or the wands is creative with the tarot. Okay, that's definitely can be. But with the Cups, there's creativity coming from the emotions, from the soul. So maybe the opportunity to do this. So if you're a creative person and you have been feeling as though your ability to express your gifts has been lacking, or you know, there haven't been the opportunities to, this is the year to go for it. And Also, the first thing that actually struck me about this was thinking about positivity, okay? Because with the Nine of Cups, there's a sense of well-being. And one of the talents of Sagittarius is having a positive nature. So anything that you do, Sag, that uplifts other people in the form of, for instance, kind of positive thinking, that can be great for, you know, if you want to become a life coach, in other words, or something along those lines. I think that's a gift that Sagittarians tend to have. Okay, and the fourth position is future opportunities, and we have the Ten of Wands. This is that card of the person who is very, you could say burdened by his load. But they say future opportunity. So this means that we will be burdened by opportunities. Well, I mean, we will be flooded with opportunities. That's certainly the case because, and you see how kind of vague it is, because Sagittarius, when we have Jupiter in our own sign and we're ruled by Jupiter, that means that opportunities or expansion is just the name of the game in general, okay? It's in the first house, so it kind of affects all areas. Whatever it is that you are particularly interested in. So the thing about the 10, it's like the culmination point. So it means like, to me, it means like kind of like the ship coming in, where it's like you've been waiting, you know, the Seven of Pentacles, waiting for this sign of the harvest. And now it's come in, but it's come in so well that you're almost overwhelmed by it. Okay, so we're going to say future obstacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, if this is an obstacle, this is the kind of obstacle you would want. The Ace of Pentacles can be indicating a windfall of money, and you see the portal that opens the door to a new life. Now, what in the world could be an obstacle about that? Well, I could kind of see, like, for instance, if, let's say, you get money for some reason that you weren't expecting, or even if you were expecting it, it opens up a new can of worms, because maybe you're with somebody else and you want to move and they don't want to move. And now you have the money where you don't need to consult them. So that could threaten the relationship. And so that, you know, sometimes good things can happen, but there can be something that is challenging within that. I mean, that's not so hard to understand. It could be like receiving a new job offer when you've already started your own business. And the best thing to do is to see if you can accommodate these things, because these are blessings from the universe. The Ace of Pentacles, one thing to note about this is that it's like the cloud offering this. So it's like the universe gifting you. And to always remember that it's a good thing. Not that it's opened up new problems or that you've had some kind of new challenges, but simply that it is helping you to give you more freedom too. That's important. Okay, and this is advice on how to deal with upcoming obstacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is the Queen of Pentacles is a very feminine energy, so I would say sit with yourself alone and try to tune into your higher self to see what really is good for you. And this includes whether or not to take a certain job. Although I will say that with the Queen of Pentacles, there's a definite connection to the home. So if you get a new job but you have your own business, you might say to the people, you know, I would love to accept your offer. Would I be able to, or could I work from home at least half the time? And then that way, if you have your own business, you can take care of things there as well. so that you don't turn your back on opportunities, but that you make them work for you. Maybe for some Sagittarians, starting a family is what you wanted. Maybe that's what the Nine of Cups represents to you. And you get offered a new job and you're like, oh my gosh, should I have the child and then go to work, or what should I do? And this would suggest being at home with your child and enjoying it, not looking at it as some kind of terrible thing, but feeling this sense of comfort. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is a card of someone who is really in touch with this more, I would call it laid back side of life, where it's not so dog eat dog. It's about your material surroundings, nature itself. The Queen represents the mother, so that sense of caring for another being, and that sense of ease also with the Queen of having enough resources. So it can be a very luxurious time in a sense, you know. And then the last card is how to achieve your goals and dreams. And we have the Eight of Wands. I would say, you know, the first thing I thought of was Abraham Hicks. They talk rockets of desire. That's what I would call this. And what that means is that when you have things that you want very much so, Sagittarius, according to Abraham Hicks, you shoot off rockets of desire, where you are kind of saying to the universe what you want. But if you don't understand that this is what you're doing, you just think, oh well, I just have these dreams, and then you leave it at that, and you don't cultivate them. So cultivating your dreams means understanding that ask and it is given, or wanting something and it is given. The given part means that you have to allow for it, the art of allowing. And that involves, first of all, believing you deserve it, and making space in your mind, intellectually, that you can even achieve it. And I think also tilling the soil, like the Seven of Pentacles, to create favorable, favorable circumstances, favorable surroundings, favorable conditions for it to occur. So if you want to start your own business, but you're like studying something in school and going off in a different direction, you're not preparing yourself for that reality. You're actually investing your energy in a totally different direction. So there has to be an alignment of your desires with your intended goal too. That to me is what tilling the soil is. And then having enthusiasm. I think that this is the main thing, because this is fire energy, that you have to have an enthusiasm for what you are endeavoring to do. If you're doing something because somebody else wanted you to do this or do that, I don't think that's going to work. You have to want it. Okay, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. I hope that this was inspiring you for the next year, and that it's leading you to anticipate all the good things in store for you. If you would like a private reading, please click on the link below. Happy New Year. Bye.